I'm nervous about this. I hate loading stuff like this. Hate it.
I'm getting this out of the way.
On your Jeep,
It was a lot lower.
it's like 6 inches lower.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'm not tying it down today. I'm just gonna see if I can even push it up the ramp. That's all I'm doing. I'm just gonna push it up, see if I can even get it up there and back it back down.
Okay.
If I'm even physically able to do that. If I can, then we'll worry about tying it down. I could always back up to a hill or something to make this less, but I wanna try it on flat
Worst
ground.
case scenario.
Worst case scenario, see if I can do it. So I guess the big thing is when I'm gonna try to hit it with momentum to just go all the way. But so just be ready to.
I'm ready.
That wasn't bad at all.
You built that up. You built that up.
Well, I've never done it before.
I know.
Now I'll have to figure my straps, you know, to hook up and secure.
Yeah.
But and how much room do I have between that and the tire?
Like,
I mean, is it touching?
no. You got at least 3 fingers of mine.
How sick does that look?
So sick. It looks so sick. I took a picture. It looks so sick.
All right, I'm gonna start coming down now.
Okay. It tilts a little bit, so. Oh. Okay. You did it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Termite Off Road. So we're gonna be fooling with the old XR today. We're getting ready for the Smoky Mountain 500. I'm gonna be doing that in a little less than a month. I'm gonna be heading up that way. And as you can see, my back tire still has a little life left in it, but it's not a lot. Not that I want to be going into the mountains and doing on. Could I do it? Yeah, probably. But it's pretty flat on top, and like I say, we got a new one. So this is the Shinko Golden Boy, as they call it. And this one has probably just a fuzz over 4,000 miles on it. So not too bad. Now, obviously, you know, I see people all the time ask, how many miles can you get out of a tire? And that is such a loaded question, because it really just depends on so many factors. How much tire pressure you normally run? What type of terrain do you normally ride? Your riding style. I mean, weight. There's just so many factors. So for me, I'm, 160, 165. I ride mostly gravel and single track, but I do have to run pavement to these places. So, factor that all in. And I run lower than I should air pressure. Not necessarily on purpose, but mostly because I'm kind of lazy and I just don't always check my tire pressure. But I checked it the other day and I was like, wow, that is way low. And so I'm going to do better with this tire of keeping the air up on it. And my goal is to run 20 to 25 probably. And that's going to be kind of where I sit. So, but yeah, so incredibly low pressure. I was able to get 4. The front tire is holding good. Now it has started doing the wear. If you will notice, this one's a little high, and these are kind of got a little bit of a slope to them. But the other day, what I did was I flipped my front tire around. So these are not directional. You can run them either way you want to run them. So, you know, what they start doing is these lugs here start sloping. They'll start getting a slope to them. And mine was barely starting to do it. And so, you know, usually you go 2 rear tires to 1 front tire. And so I said, well, if I can flip this thing and get a little more even wear out of it, then by the time this back tire wears out, I'll be ready for 2 new tires. So that was kind of my thinking. So the other day, I popped the front tire off and flipped it around. Probably should have videoed that because I ended up pinching a tube and doing it in a hurry out here and pinched the tube, and it was a whole frustrating afternoon. But anyway, other than that, one thing I get asked often is the plasti dip that is on the wheels. How was that holding up? Well, I mean, it's holding up like plasti dip would hold up. Now, the front wheel the other day, whenever I was prying with my tire tools to get the tire off, I scratched it up pretty good. But once I got the wheel back up, the tire back on, and the non-pinched tube in it, I just touched up around the edges and all was fine. So I'll probably have to do the same thing to the back. But I mean, you know, I'm not like a lot of people, y'all. And if you've watched this channel for a while, you probably know that. I'm not one of these guys that my bike, I take care of my stuff, I maintenance my stuff. But I don't know. I'm also one of the guys that if I got a wheel that's got a scratch in it, I'm not gonna throw a fit about it. I'm just gonna ride it. You know, I'm not one of those type people. I mean, you can look around in my shop. I mean, I work on stuff. Let's go. Let's run it. You know, it's just the way it is. But anyway, so we got to get this back tire on. It's getting kind of late, and I used the new tire tools the other day. They worked good on the front tire. We're going to use them again today, and I'm going to see how fast I can change this back tire because I'm tired. I want to go inside, sit in my chair, and wind out the day. But we're gonna get this done. I need to get this done tonight. So, all right, I'm gonna set you guys up on a time lapse. We're gonna jerk this back tire off, start breaking it down, get the new one slapped on. I just realized after that time lapse, it wasn't really in view. Just kind of me working over here. We got it off. Wasn't bad. You can see here, side by side. It was also getting really noisy and all that kind of stuff. So the size that I run, these are the bigger ones. So this is the Golden Boy, the 510, 18. Which is a little bigger than factory, but I like a little more meat back there. So anyway, all right, let's get this baby slid on. And I didn't pinch the tube as far as I can tell. So if we can get it back in there without pinching it, we'll be doing it. I do have a couple of extras, but I'd rather not. You can see these were the 2. Well, one of those was a spare that I thought was good and wasn't. And the other one is the one that I pinched while doing the front tire. All right, guys, moment of truth. Did we pinch it? Did we not pinch it? I don't think I did. But I didn't think I did on the first one either. Well, guys, I pinched it. Same spot, right there by the valve stem. Every time. Here's the one from the other day. Let's see, where's the valve stem? Here, right there. Same place. I don't know. I hate these stupid things. Well, we have extra, so we'll just put an extra in it. I see the appeal to tubeless tires. This is aggravating. Oh, goodness. All right, well, when I got the tire the other day, we got a new one, so we'll throw this bad boy in and hopefully get it right. Pay attention to around the valve stem, because that's where I seem to always do it for some reason. I think I know what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to do what I did on the front tire. I was thinking that, but I, again, thought I was being careful enough. But on the other one, starting at the valve stem and putting it on kind of by hand as much as possible, using tire tools as little as possible. So we'll slap this one in and hopefully it holds. We did it. It's holding there. It's got about 22, let's see what I do with my air gauge. It's got about 22 pounds in it. Y'all just trust me, it does. You can see around the edge, we kind of eat our plastic dip up a little bit. So I'm gonna do this just like I did the front wheel. I'm gonna spray all the soap, clean the back wheel up good, deflate the tube so we can slide some paper around the edge. We'll touch up the edge, slap this baby back in. But I'm gonna do that tomorrow. It's late, I'm tired. And guess lesson learned. Just what I did this time was right here on the, where the valve is. I kind of tried to got that started with my hand, at least, you know, about this far, and then just slowly started working it and pushing as much around working with my hand as I could. Less tire tool in there. That's the same thing I did on the front. Just kind of tried to work it with my hand more than using the tire tool, and just being careful. So I've got an extra tube over there. It's old. The other day when I went to the Honda shop to get one for the front, I bought an extra one for the front. I may just go back over there, swing by. I'll be going through that way here just about every day. I'll stop and grab another extra tube. That was the heavy duty IRC, and that thing was thick. So that was this one. And this one came from Motorsport when I got the tire. But that's a thick tube. I don't foresee having problems out of that tube, but you know, it's always good just to have an extra one. So from what I hear, that's kind of the number one issue on the Smoky Mountain 500 is flats. But you know. So anyway, all right. I'm gonna go wash this off, go to bed. Tomorrow we'll touch up the plastic dip, slap it back on. All right, guys. Well, it's the next morning, and I just kind of let the air out of the tube. Went around, fed some paper around the edge because we got just little stuff around the edge. I'm gonna pick this axle up before I kick it one more time. But this side's the worst. The other side's not too bad. It's just got a few little spots here and there. But this side being the one where I originally, I guess, was breaking the bead, it was a little more ate up. And I have gone around and with a little razor blade and just lightly cut away any of the wrinkled up fiber, whatever you want to call it, peel ups, and just kind of cleaned it up. So now we are going to get our plastic dip. All right, well, I've got that, and I've got a little shield that I cut out with cardboard. So I just kind of bump it like that and just kind of This one's cut for the 21-inch wheel. I may have to trim this up a little bit, but and I'll just walk around, and we're just gonna dust that edge, just get that edge back black. Not too worried about it. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna trim that cardboard up, and we'll hit the side. Plastic that wants 30 minutes at least between coats, which is fine. I got other stuff I'm doing today, so I'll hit a little light coat on it and go do what I got to do, and I'll just bounce in and out today. And by the end of the day, we should have this easily done, if not, by lunch. This stuff touches up really easily. It's it's really easy to work with. You just got to be patient when you're doing this because it goes on thin and it looks like you're not getting coverage, but if you let it set and you come back, it covers way better. Once it dries, then it does look when it's wet. It's a weird thing, but light coats, the more light coats you do, the stacking up makes it easier to peel off actually. But if I ever did want to take it off, I got some stuff over there that you spray on there and it'll come off. But I really like the black wheels. I would love to do like a set of black XLs or something like that, but it's just no sense in spending that money on this thing. But well, the little tire tools did really good. If you go back a few videos, you will see we got these from Amazon. The name has done wore off of them. I can't remember what they were called, but the name wore off just in using them. But super sturdy. The handles felt good. I mean, they're not bad at all. Remember, we got it with the same video. We got the tent in. So you can go back to that video. There's a link in that video for these. But they measure small. They'll pack up good. So yeah, they worked. They worked good. Weren't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, all right, we are painted up. That all touched up. Looks nice and pretty. The other side really don't have any marks on it. I flipped it over and going to get started, and I got to looking. I was like, there really ain't anything on the other side to touch up. So, I guess it was just this side from the initial prying and getting the old tire off. So, I'm not even going to fool with the other side. So, set you guys back up over here on the tripod and probably just time lapse you, and we'll throw this tire back on the bike and get it back on the ground. The tube comes with just your regular valve cap. I've got these though that have a bit of focus. It's got the little end in it for your valve and your tube, that if you have to remove it, you can use that little inside to unscrew the valve. So I don't know, these were on the bike I think when I got it or whatever. You can pick them up, but I like these because in a pinch, if you do have to change a tube and you do forget your valve cover and you do that, those just go in there and it will sit down on there and it will unscrew the valve stem if you got to do it. So I'm gonna put these back on it and just keep running them. I got one in the front too. Just, it's kind of like a free little tool storage. So we're aired up and set back up so we can drop this baby back on the ground. We're ready to ride. Well, guys, just went kind of played around out in the field and ripped around on the bike a little bit. Tire's good to go. Everything seems to be holding, tire pressure and all that kind of stuff. Tube's good. So yeah, I can definitely tell the tire on the back, it feels different. The bike, on the road, we got a little small road right here across the road. It definitely, I can tell a rounded tire versus that flat tire it handles a lot better there. But so yeah, I like the Golden Boys, man. That's kind of my tire of choice. They do good on the street. They do good in the dirt. So we're going with it. I got that one right now. I think it's at 26 PSI. So I'll probably start there and we'll go from there with it. But that's pretty much that on that. There's the old tire. Old pinch tube. So I think I kind of learned on that, just better technique to putting, I've done Harleys and stuff over the years that I've had. I don't remember ever pinching tubes like I do on this thing. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, I think I've got my technique figured out now that will hopefully prevent that in the future. Hopefully we go another 4,000 miles with this and don't have to touch them again. But the next video that you see with the XR, we're going to be trying out our Moto Camp pack out. We're going to get these bags put back on the bike. We're going to get the tent, sleeping bag, tools, just everything that we would take and that we're going to take. And we're going to load it onto the bike and get our strapping figured out, get how we're going to tie everything down, and get that all figured out in the next video with the XR. And then, as you saw in the video, I tried out the carrier on Termite. It's up there. And loading and unloading the bike. But I didn't have any tie downs. The only tie downs I had were super wide, really heavy duty tie downs, or just some piece of junk 1.5 inch ones. And so I went and bought some new 1.5 inch tie downs, and so we're gonna tie the bike down on the carrier, and we're also gonna be trying out the carrier. We're gonna maybe load the bike up and haul it to DeSoto and ride. And this is all new. The carrier's new. I've never used those before. I used to be terrified of them. But I want to get all that stuff down. We want to get our pack out loaded on here, make sure everything's going to ride good, tie down good. Just kind of be doing all of that, getting ready for this trip coming up here within a month. So thank y'all for watching. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe, man. Please, we are trying to hit 3,000 subscribers, and we have just hit a ceiling in the late 2000s that we had just not been able to break. So please hit that subscribe button. Content's about to get better, or, I don't know. Maybe. Just please. See y'all next week.